Oh my gosh, I can't get this thing on. I always do this. Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Good Day Gay. We're talking thirst traps and the shade of desire. I am Russell Ray, along with my co-host, Mr. or Pauly B. I don't know why I always want to say your Instagram name,
I don't
Pauly
know. That's
B.
fine. Say it. Say my
Also,
Instagram name.
for the first time, we are on Instagram Live on two separate profiles. So you are on Instagram Live at Mr. Biohan, Mr. underscore Biohan, and you are also on Instagram Live at Russell Raymond. Here's also another twist. Paul is still in Australia, and I am in Paris, France, filming. So
Paris.
we are dedicated to bringing you this podcast every single week. We are going to make it happen. Paul and I are running on
Uh,
minutes of sleep,
I
not
don't
even hours, y'all.
literally. We've been like saying before we went live today, we're like, look at us. We look so ugly, but we don't look ugly.
You know
We
what?
really don't look ugly.
It's not that we look ugly. Our
Eyes.
eyes feel
Our
tired,
eyes feel tired. Yeah. Yeah.
but our skin is tight. Okay, like foreheads are giving Botox, but we ain't got Botox.
We ain't got Botox. No, I
We
think I
don't
need
have
Botox.
Botox.
I think
So
I
let
need
me see what time it is at home before we continue, because
Botox.
let's see. Where's my world clock? Okay, so right here in Paris, it's 10:40 a.m. In Adelaide, it's 8:10 p.m.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in Long Beach, California, it is 1:40 in the morning. So
Okay.
we are all over the time scales right now. I'm
We're
sure all
all
my
over.
followers are asleep, but we do have one. JJ Smith 90 has logged on to Instagram Live. Do you have anybody on Instagram Live right now?
I feel so old right now. Like I'm looking at Instagram, like there's 3 eyes. Like, does that mean there's 3 people live? So I don't
Yes.
actually know who's live, but I've got 5 people live. Hello to the people live on my
Hi,
Instagram.
everybody, live on Paul's Instagram. Welcome to the show. Look, we did
We're
this
doing
because
this.
we wanted to we want to expand the podcast, and I feel like we can go
Yeah,
live on YouTube, we can go live on Facebook, but like really everyone is on Instagram and TikTok.
correct. Mhm.
And once the streaming software allows me to live stream on TikTok, then we can go ahead and do that. But as of right now, it just gives us access to Instagram. So we're doing this because we want to bring you a more accessible show.
Yes. Yes.
With that, let me show you the view. Are you ready for this? Okay, hold
Oh yeah,
on.
show me. You said you were gonna show me the view. The view
Deal
of
with
Paris.
these cords are just a little
Yeah, I was
stuck.
gonna say, careful. I don't need
Wait
you
a
to like
second.
disconnect right now because I don't want to be alone on this live.
Then I gotta relog into Instagram Live. Okay, so before I show you, it's gonna be like very bright for a second, and then it'll refocus like once the attention is
Yeah,
off
yeah,
of me,
yeah.
unfortunately. But you'll see exactly where
Oh
I'm
my
at.
gosh, I'm so excited. Is there the Eiffel Tower? Oh my gosh, the Eiffel Tower. That's so cool.
Can you
This
see it?
is yes, I can see it. It's like
Yes.
literally in the morning light. That's amazing.
So I have the view of the Eiffel Tower as well as the Paris, France Ferris wheel. So I can see both from my room at night. I could see the light show at the Eiffel Tower. If you haven't seen the light show, it's a bunch of blinking lights that goes on and off of the entire tower every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
From I think it's from sundown to around 10 or 11 p.m. I wouldn't know because last night I fell asleep. I fell asleep next to the window last night, waiting for the damn show to happen.
I love that.
But let's get into this.
Let's get into it. Let's do
Let's
it.
get into this of the thirst traps and the shade of desire. So first off, what is a thirst trap? Because not everybody knows, and if we have baby boomers, and we're not talking smack, but if we have baby boomers in the chat, we just want to make sure that we clarify what a thirst trap is. So Paul, go ahead and elaborate to everybody what a thirst trap is from your perspective.
I actually had to explain today to someone what a thirst trap was. You know, one of my I've got a lot of friends that are from overseas, and one of my friends is from Brazil, and he asked me today, like, what's a thirst trap? So what is a thirst trap? I explained it as like something that you've posted on social media to, I guess, like you might not use it with the intention to get the attention of other people, but you're essentially, I mean, how am I trying to? You're getting the attention of other people, right? Like you want to, you want people to feel a certain way. You know that emoji where it's like the red face, like
Yes.
the emoji, the hot,
Like
like
the sweat face.
the sweat face. Like if you are you, that's what you want people to feel when you send a thirst trap. In my opinion.
Yes. My opinion of a thirst trap is you're doing something provocative to incite. This is a little bit more technical. To
Thank you.
incite a response for someone to make it seem that you're the holy grail of either body, face, or something of that matter. So basically, you're just getting someone's attention with not any talent, not any talent, not any, act of um you're not singing, you're not, so you're
Yeah.
like, you're just showing off your
Yeah.
body or your face, pretty much your
Yeah.
body, or you're giving a suggestive, maybe showing part of your inseam
Yeah.
of your pants, so there you're not necessarily nude, but you're seeing the bulge go on, you're seeing half of the cheek in the speedo, somewhat of that matter. So that
How
my definition of
about
a thirst trap is really showing the goods without showing the goods, and getting people who are thirsty to comment, like, and subscribe to your channels and station.
so then I want to ask you a question because I was talking about like thirst traps with another friend. And do you think thirst traps are intentional? Like, are people intentionally posting these pictures like for a thirst trap? Do you think in your mind it happens like
So I think
that?
there's I feel like there is a ratio of people who post thirst traps because that's all they have, all they have to offer. I feel like an asshole for saying that.
So basic. That's basically what you're saying, that people that thirst trap are basic AF. That's basically what you're saying, Russ.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Let me I don't want to retract that, but also there's that version.
That's one version of it all.
And
Yeah.
then there's also the version of thirst trap that is, you're just proud of your body and what you've accomplished. So
Yes.
like, if you feel confident enough to pose in a speedo on your Instagram while you're
Yeah.
out somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, there's two different types of thirst traps to me. There's that one, and then there's the one where you just want people to like drool over your body. But
Yes.
then
Yeah.
there's the other
Yeah.
one that's like, hey, I really like my body and I'm confident in my body and I want to be that example for other people.
Yeah.
But then that also comes with a fine line, because when people comment like something to the fact of either yes, confidence, or things like that, people, a lot of times people, I feel, mean that in a genuine type of way,
Yeah.
but that
I
can
would say so.
give off a negative connotation of you being like, oh, you're not attractive, but like you're very confident in who you are as a person.
See, this is then where like what you just said about feeling confident in your body, because when I was talking about it with a friend, I genuinely think that I don't post thirst traps. I don't know if you believe that from my content, but
I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either. Like, there's been times where I've posted, like, I've always had, body dysmorphia because I grew up as like a chubby kid that, got teased for being fat when I was in school. And so I always had body dysmorphia. But obviously, like, growing up, I've always then been into like fitness as well. So looking after my body and taking care of my body. So there are times where sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, is that a six pack coming through? And yes, and
Come on,
sometimes
six pack.
Come on, six pack, where have you been on my live?
Not my home.
So like there was one time where I posted like a picture of me like shirtless on my Instagram, and yes, it was an intentional thirst trap, but did I get the reception that I wanted? Like, not at all. Like, literally, like, didn't get, like, damn, you're so sexy. Damn, you're so fine. Like, did not get that at all. Like, yet when I then post, a picture of me at the gym doing a deadlift, or a picture of me at the gym like doing a squat, or me in a dance class like doing a routine in heels, like then I get the reception of like, oh, you're so sexy, like, oh, how can I be your pair of shorts in the gym, like,
Oh.
yeah. I actually didn't mind that comment. I was like, that's kind of cool. But
Not
that's
that's
then
cool
when
that someone wants to be your shorts.
it was a compliment, and in the moment I needed that compliment. Okay, Russ.
That's fair. No, no,
Um,
no. That's valid.
but that's just where I thought it was funny, because it's like when I intentionally post a thirst trap, I'm not getting the reception that I thought I would get. Yet when I just post an everyday life kind of video, like people are I was gonna say people are coming for me, but people are, commenting and being like, oh, like, you look good. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so look, the real like where really thirst traps come in. Well, I want to shout out Nate really quick. He's streaming us live on Instagram Live from Sydney, Australia. Shane and I met him when we
Nice.
went down for World Pride in Sydney.
Nice.
So hi Nate, how you doing? Um I
Can I do a
also
quick
want to
shout
talk
out as
about
well? I had a
yes,
shout
yes, yes,
out for
yes. Shout
Halo.
out time. Go ahead.
So on mine, I've got Halo as Hell. He sent 3 brown love hearts, love heart, love heart, love heart. I met Halo when I was in LA.
Oh, how funny.
Amazing dancer as well. Like, amazing body. Like, if someone, you know, in lessons how to do a thirst trap, like, go to Halo, because Halo knows how to do that shit. Oh shit. Halo, I hope that was okay to say.
Okay, so getting back into the thirst traps, right?
Yes.
It always look, every time I post a picture, I want people to comment on the photo on my grid, no matter, or like on the video on my grid. What
Okay.
really gets me is when people just jump into the DMs and want to be saying all these things, and I'm like, yo, like first of all, I don't get half the messages sometimes, because like there's either not a thread that's ever happened, and so it's under the request,
Yeah.
or whatever reason. So it's always like, wow, you got some guts to be DMing me directly. Or like the other one is when you post a thirst trap and someone DMs you their nudes, and you're like, where did this even come from? Why is this even happening? I've had it happen with men, and I've had it happen with women.
Women as
Where it's
well.
like,
Okay.
like women who want to turn the gays because like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah. Yeah.
attracted to you, right? So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
also had that, and I'm like, you just can't be putting all the goods out on display. Just be, like, why are you just throwing it? You're literally throwing it. It's not a quesadilla. Don't just be throwing it in my DMs. Come on now.
I feel like you're coming for me right now, Russ, because you are complaining that people go straight into the DMs and they're not commenting on your photo. But I kind of feel like I'm that person, as bad as that sounds.
I
Like,
feel
if
like you comment on my. Hold on. Let's
yeah, but
verify the
you're
receipts.
okay, but you're my friend. Like, of course, I'm gonna comment on your photo and be like, yes, support, yes, it's like amazing. But if I
100%.
if I genuinely have fallen for that thirst trap that was posted onto the grid, like, I'm sliding into the DMs. Because
to
that
be
was
fair,
the
I
point
do
of
post probably like 50% of the time. Whatever I post on my grid, I put it into my story.
yes. So then
And so
people
it's always
reply
easier
to
to
your
respond to a
story.
story than it is to click on the
Yeah.
profile and like da 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 da. But also, what happened to my MySpace people who would show love on photos and actually comment like either I
Yes,
love the hat,
yes.
I love the shirt, red room is cute, you know what I mean? Whatever. We've turned into this age of, and like I'm not even trying to sound old, or like I'm not trying to sound bitter either.
Yeah.
We've turned into this age of, I'm not gonna comment or like any of your stuff. You're gonna comment and like on all of my stuff. I'm not gonna show you any love, but I need you to show me all the love because I deserve it and you don't. Because I'm more
Yeah.
important than you are. I notice that so much. It happens all the time.
And maybe social media these days, like the way, like you just said, like social media has created that platform now. Because when you talked about MySpace, instantly my mind jumped to Facebook, where, Facebook, you're friends with everyone on Facebook. And so I would post a picture and my Lola in like the Philippines is like commenting on my photo, being like,
I love Facebook for that reason, because my
yeah,
auntie,
yeah.
who's like 85, is
Yeah.
always showing me love. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, not
You're
this
like, you
photo
should
that you're
not,
showing me love
exactly,
on.
not this photo. Yeah. Please please, Lola, like not this photo. Yet she's just there like, hi, Paul, you look good. Like,
Not with the accent. Wow, I do actually have more people joining on Instagram Live. Oh, Tiffany's on live. So Tiffany is probably one of my longest friends. Like she's like a sister. Like no matter
mm,
how long we may go without being in contact with each other, like she's moved to a couple different states in the country, and
yeah,
we pick right back up where we left off. Like Tiffany is a real one. So shout out to Rasta
nice.
Lover, Got a Soul. That's my girl. Vinny's on. BK Oobs 33 is on. Hey. um,
Amazing.
you have any more people logging onto your side?
I've got people coming on and off. Oh, Donatella Valentino just joined,
Hey
my drag
Donatella, how you
queen.
doing?
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. She's such a good performer. Actually danced with her recently as well. It was, yeah, that's why I'm kind of tired, because I literally just spent all day with her. We just danced, and yeah,
Yes.
I'm tired. But um back to Thirst Trap. So I think I've got Aussie Rugby Daddy in the chat as well. So shout
Hi
out to
Aussie
Aussie
Rugby
Rugby Daddy.
Daddy. How you
Daddy,
doing?
yeah, the daddies, yeah. Shout out to our daddy episode. Shout out to our daddy
Okay,
episode.
let's speaking of thirst traps, let's just talk about why is our highest rated, downloaded, and viewed episode Daddy Issues? Like,
Because people love
talk
a
about
daddy.
thirst. Oh God,
People love a daddy.
everybody loves a daddy. I mean,
Everybody loves
there's
a
something
daddy.
just about being matured. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
just aging like fine wine. Like nobody wants a grandpa, but everybody does want a daddy. Like they want that. What is it? Dos Equis, just aging right type man. The actor who does Dos
Yes.
Equis, they want that. They want the
Wait,
George
what?
Clooney.
Oh,
They
yeah,
want
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Idris Elba. They want that
Yes.
man that is just aging right.
I think
Okay.
like, but like that's like if a daddy has like invested in his body and like invested in like the way that he looks, and he's comfortable in how he looks, and like that confidence exudes, then yeah, it's sexy. And like continue to post those thirst traps, because I am here for it. I'm here for it.
Continue to post the thirst traps and continue to put retinol lotion on so that you're tight in all the right places.
But
Just
actually
everything
that's
is
just
up.
but that's just what I want to touch on. Okay, so I literally just did say like confidence in themselves. And so if I'm thinking about like me thirst trapping, I know that my best assets about myself are my smile and my ass. So
Yo,
I'm
same.
I'm confident in those two things. So I know that if I like post a photo that's like a fire smiling photo, or my ass looks good, then yeah, my DMs are going to be responding. So confidence in yourself.
I
Thirst
will
trap
say
one.
it's very similar for me as well. If my butt pops up in anything, instantly that's the first thing people go to. And I'm like, y'all just leave me alone. I'm just trying
No,
to
you're like
survive in this world. But also I
you're like
love it.
leave me alone, but don't leave me alone. Yeah.
Leave me alone, but also keep admiring because yes,
Yes.
it's there and it's the
Yes.
definition of a peach.
We worked for that. We worked for that
But
peach.
also,
That
okay, here's another thing about thirst traps. So we'll get into the role of colorism in gay spaces and thirst
yes.
traps and Instagram and influencers and all of like what's popular. But
Yeah.
also sometimes I'm so mortified, right? So my nieces and nephews are at this age now where they are on the internet. They're from the ages
Oh.
of 4 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them have Instagrams minus the 4-year-old. So the
Yeah.
11-year-old has one, the 14-year-old has one, the 16-year-old has one, the
Oh my
18-year-old has
gosh.
one, the
Wow.
two 20-year-olds
Yeah.
have one. And I'm like, I got to be careful about what I post because I feel like my nieces and nephews should not be seeing me posed up in a Speedo. Like, it's what, like, there's just tasteful ways of doing it, but I feel like I have to be extra careful about any
Uh,
type of thirst traps. Also, because being Mexican is a whole other
yeah.
level of you're gonna get cursed out until you're like 56. Because if you do anything that's like even remotely weird or that your family would think is weird. Like, that's
Yeah.
weird. Your nieces and nephews are following you. Don't be posting stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, my nieces, they're probably close to getting social media, and yeah. Oh, okay. I really have to rethink what I post when they start following me.
Yo, I always think about those people
Yeah.
who go from posting thirst traps to go to having Twitters or Blue Sky or
Oh, okay.
OnlyFans. And I'm like, are you not thinking
Well,
that this might accidentally come across one of your family members' pages? And how do you feel about that if it does come across their page and they don't
yes.
realize it's you for about 3.5 seconds?
But then what about the reverse? Like, what about people that start posting thirst traps, but then stop posting thirst traps when they get into a committed relationships?
I haven't
Do you
thought
know what I
about
mean?
that.
Like, but that, like, I literally just thought of that right now, and that's a good point, right? Like, those gays on Insta that will post thirst traps, and it's like, damn, you look good, and then the thirst traps stop, and you're like, what? Yo, where did the
What
thirst
happened?
traps go? And you look at their profile, and they're married up. It's because they're married up.
Also, I feel bad for that person, and I'll tell you why. Because if you go from posting thirst traps to all of a sudden not posting thirst traps, it's your personality to be posting it.
Yes,
So why
exactly.
are you changing for your
Changing your
relationship? Because this
personality. Yes.
person got into it for you. Actually, I'm gonna take this little banner off really quick so that we can continue
Yeah.
on this
Yeah. We do need
conversation.
to continue on, but let's
So,
finish this off.
well, I mean, we're still in the realm of the subject of
Of
thirst traps,
thirst
because
traps,
sometimes we be
exactly.
hell of off topic.
We really do. We
We
really do go off of topic.
Sometimes we're in New York when we're really supposed to be in LA and Australia, and we just be in New York, or we're like in Haneda.
But go back to what you were saying, because I think this is a good point. So for those that have just joined in on the chat, Jamon Drag Queen says hi. Hi, Jamon Drag
Hi.
Queen. So we're just talking about how, sometimes within the gay community, there might be, well, not even the gay community, just, on social media.
Mhm.
Sometimes on social media, there might be people that are posting the thirst traps, yet the second they get into a committed relationship, the thirst traps go. And yeah, that is a sign that you're changing potentially who you are, or you only did the thirst traps to find someone.
Interesting. So that can
Mm.
segue into a whole other thing of, I was looking for someone to take care of me, which there is this
Ooh.
guy, I unfollowed him because his thirst traps, his body was right, his tan is always right, his fashion is always on point. And I ran into him in Madrid.
Ooh.
I was walking down the street and I seen him, and I have never seen anyone look so starkly different from their
Oh.
Instagram profile photos.
Okay. Okay.
And then I saw in one of his Instagram photos the reflection of the sugar daddy who takes care of him. And I was mortified. And I'm like, I can't. It wasn't a fit daddy.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't even want to downplay some. I don't want to talk down about somebody, but it was
No.
just not what you would think someone goes after. So he's definitely in that relationship for the comfortability of the financial gain. And so it's a trade-off. Are you really willing to do all the things
Mm.
romantically and intimately that this person might want from you, because it's the trade-off of,
Mm.
you get to be with me and I get to spend your money. However, then it also turns into Anna Nicole Smith's situation that if someone croaks, you might not be in that inheritance, so that life might be stripped from you.
Yeah. Or they're just really happy in the relationship.
Or they're
I'm trying to be
why would
nice.
anybody be happy in a relationship? Come on now. I love how
Thirst
you
traps. Wow. We've like really unlocked something right now. Like we've really unlocked a topic, like using thirst traps for gain,
I
which
think
is
this
probably what they're
the
for.
episode. Yes.
New episode
No,
of
I
season
think this
2.
is the episode. Like, we've had this, so this obviously this is episode number 9, but I feel like this is the episode. Like, Daddy's was an episode and it was a moment, but I feel like this one we're really going in on it, which is
Yes.
good because
Yes.
my goal for our podcast is to continuously grow and dig deeper and become
Yeah.
more vulnerable, but also more vocal and stand on our
Yeah.
perspectives.
And look, that
Um,
was like some feedback that I've had from some friends. Like, friends did say that it is difficult to talk about things that people don't talk about. And, they just called it out that you and I are talking about things that people are talking about. So, G'day Gay Podcast. Like,
Thank you,
subscribe,
Gaylennials.
follow.
Follow, share, share the stories, share the reels. But
Yes.
it's when thirst traps meet money, it's so intriguing to me because
Mm.
I want to know how that relationship is functioning. So is
But not even about like money in relationships, because it could also be their income for life. Do you know what I mean? Like, their social media might be their income, and so to to post like a sexual image or a thirst trap to earn money is essentially their job.
so I do want to say that yes, that can be your job, and yes, there might be a significant amount of income coming with that.
Mm,
But if there's not, and you haven't hit that threshold yet, let me just give everybody a word of advice, okay? Because I have been watching a lot of reality shows where people marry up and there's money involved.
yeah.
Here's a couple things that you need to do while you're in this relationship. You need to have a nest egg. And by a nest egg, I don't mean a savings
Mm,
account. What
yeah.
I do mean is when your significant other who is more financially fit or blessed than you might be, if they give you $1,000 to go on a shopping spree, spend 5 or 6 of
Yeah.
that, put
Invest the rest.
4 into the S&P 500 because it will give you dividends and it will continue to grow by 8% on average per year. So that way you consistently have an income. Don't put yourself in a situation where if someone is to die or divorce you, that you are going to be stripped of all of your financial needs. Because if you are comfortable living a certain lifestyle, and it gets stripped away from you, you're gonna have a harsh you're gonna have a harsh dose of reality. So if you take care of yourself on the front end
Uh,
and you live moderately luxurious and not extremely luxurious,
extravagant.
extravagant. Yes, that's what I was trying to get to. If you're not living extravagantly, then you can keep up that lifestyle and eventually have your own. Then you can pull out from that after 10 to 15 years, invest in properties, and start to build a real estate portfolio. Come on now, stay with me because I'm really helping you. Your boy here is trying to get you financially fit off of your thirst traps. So if you land a sugar daddy off of your thirst traps, make sure you are putting some of that money away. You're
Look,
welcome.
look, we definitely need to move on to the next topic of the podcast, but I just want to say that I am laughing so hard right now because we are really giving financial advice to people with sugar daddies at the moment.
Look, am I wrong? Did I lie? Did I
I
lie?
mean, did I lie?
Did
Like
I
Nicki Minaj.
lie?
All right, baby, we need to move on.
Okay. Okay.
Because
So
this is
speaking
an
of these
interesting topic.
relationships,
Yeah.
we're gonna
The
go
next one.
into the role of colorism. So I also noticed with this guy that I ran into Madrid,
Mm,
he is Hispanic, he is dark skinned,
mhm.
and his significant other is of Eurocentric background and looks. So with that being said, do Eurocentric looks get more attention online? Are people more inclined and drawn to that look or physique opposed to minority features? In my experience, it's yes.
Yeah, for those listening on listening streaming platforms such as Spotify or Apple, my face was literally like, yeah, yeah, they do. That's what my face was giving just then, because yeah, they do. Like, on Grinder, on social media, even in my experience in person, yes, they do. Mm.
I follow a significant amount of people on Instagram and TikTok because either they fascinate me, or B, they inspire me in one way, shape, or form. And I have noticed that the Eurocentric um appeal not appealing, but the Eurocentric passing look always tends to have more followers than some of the minorities
Mm,
that I follow.
mm,
And
mm.
so I've actually gone out of my way to make sure that I'm giving love and support to those minority influencers or even micro influencers that are minorities, because I feel like we need to continue growing that space,
Yeah, yeah.
because and we're in such a transitional period right now in society in general across the world, that there is a large mixture of beauty
Mhm.
standards that is
Yeah.
being shared and not actually being upheld. So, you know, 50s, 60s, it was the Eurocentric look. You want to look this way, and people wanted you to assimilate to look like this.
Yes.
Nowadays you have, Hispanic, Mexican, African American descent, Filipino descent, Asian
Yeah.
descent,
Asian, yeah.
and it's like Cynthia Erivo, who was in Wicked, bald, no eyebrows, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Doing her press tour like that,
Mm.
when that have she might have been convinced to do otherwise in the past. And so it's a
Yeah.
beautiful time right now to continue supporting creators, minorities, and
Yeah.
artists that look different or look like you.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you're saying this because you did say like you said that you were noticing that there were a lot of um people of Eurocentric background that were getting the majority of the follows and the majority of the likes. So then from seeing that you took it upon yourself to to support the minority and to support other people of color.
Yeah.
And like it's amazing that you said that because then I've actually just had like a bit of an insight right now where I there was probably a point in my life where that was definitely what I was drawn to as well, more of that Eurocentric look.
Mhm.
Uh, the moment I realized that I was drawn to that, and the moment I realized that I like part of my rejection in dating history was because I wasn't of Eurocentric um descent. The
Mhm.
moment I realized that, the moment I was able to then see the beauty in people of other colors and other races, and
Mhm.
like like you too, like I do go out of my way to support those of other people of other colors, and like to support people of multicultural background. And it's amazing that once you have that insight, then you're definitely open to more, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Like, and I'm not saying you know one's better than the other. I'm just saying that like that
There's
open
room for
mind.
everybody.
Exactly, and that open-mindedness is beautiful, and I think that creates a beauty in the world that is, like you said, now present, like, with, it's present now in social media, and it's present in, like, in pop culture as well. It's amazing, like, I love it. It's amazing.
Yes. And you know what? I had to unlearn some things because
Mm,
some of my influences as a child, I
yes,
was told to blend. I was told to fit
yes,
in with these people and compete with them, because I had to keep up with them or be better, because I was
yes.
going to have a lesser opportunity. And
It's
like some of my role models who took part in raising me. It takes a village to raise a child. So there's like, you know, probably about 100 family members that partook in raising me on my mom and dad, because there's just, our family was so tight that you get
Mm,
everybody's opinions on what you need to be doing, and you have
of
to be able to
course.
sort this out as a kid.
It's
And
part of an
so
ethnic family.
100%, if
Yeah.
look, it is an ethnic thing, and everybody's always in your business.
Yes.
Let me tell you, once they found out I had a boyfriend, it was like spreading like wildfire. In Southern California, them wildfires go off.
But I just want to comment on one of the things that you said, like about having to unlearn things. And it's insane because I remember a point, the podcast is weirdly therapeutic, which I kind of love. But
You know what?
um
No, don't. It is, but like also, I don't go to therapy because I don't have problems. The first
okay,
step
she's
is admitting,
perfect.
and I'm not about to do that.
We'll go onto that offline. But yeah, like it's funny that you said that because there was definitely a point in my childhood where you know, where I learned to like really like ham up my Aussie accent to like to be like, hey, I am of Asian appearance, but I am also of Western culture. Like
Yes.
I like learnt that I had to, because Filipinos speak with an American English accent. So when I grew up, like learning English through my parents and through my family and all of that, I definitely had more of an American English accent.
Mhm.
But then as I went through school, I learnt that if I hammed up my Aussie accent and was able to you know be of that, then I could essentially be more attractive. Like, as bad as that sounds.
Was there any point growing up or even when you came out
Mm.
that you felt less than because you were of Filipino descent?
Oh, 100%. Like there was definitely a moment and I think the gay community or like dating in the community has changed now because I remember when I first came onto Grinder, people still were using on their profile no fats, no femmes, no Asians. Like I remember seeing that
I
on profile.
remember that.
Yeah, and I like literally looked at myself and I was like, I'm fat femination. They don't like me. But yeah, like it's insane that I definitely think the gay community has gotten better in terms of being more open-minded towards other cultures. But definitely when I first came out, I fast learned that because I was of a minority culture, I was less attractive, if that makes sense.
You know what? People sometimes forget that dating apps and websites are still considered social media
Correct. Yeah,
because
exactly.
you are socializing and you're expanding your network of individuals that you know and you're communicating with these people. And you're right. I totally forgot about that. There was a moment in time where you can pick the types of
Yes.
races that you
It
were into.
it was a filter. It
It
was a
it
filter.
was it was number 1, it was a filter, but it was number 2, it was a tag,
Mm.
like how you can tag now on certain website or certain grids that you're into mask, top, bottom, femme, all these things. M Specifically, races were involved as well as a tag,
Yes.
so you could be interested in Hispanics, you could be interested in Asians, you could be interested in Caucasians, you could be interested in African Americans, and a lot of times that was fetishized,
Fetishized, I said it,
fetishized,
fetishized. Mm.
um, in that, and I have experienced both ends of the spectrum because I
Mm,
am
mm.
lighter skinned Mexican
Yeah.
and I have a very Americanized accent,
Mm, mm.
um, heavily Americanized accent actually. And because I also went to broadcasting school and you would learn to pronounce words a certain way or
Yeah.
it's just all certain old standards, but I have fallen on both ends of the spectrum of people think I'm Caucasian or I've been fetishized as in you're Hispanic.
Mm, mm.
And so it's like, I want to be with a Latin lover. And it's like, well, you should just want to be with me because I'm me, because I'm
Yeah,
funny,
exactly.
I'm kind, I'm good looking, I'm
Mm.
talented, I have a
Yeah.
good income, I got a good credit score. You should want to be with me for all of those reasons.
For my fat ass.
Oh, look, fetishizing, no,
But I think it's
but really though.
like honestly, like this, like honestly talking through this right now, it's kind of like I feel like going forward I'm going to be a bit more aware of what I'm looking at in my social media. Like my explore page on Instagram is, which this could lead into the next part of the podcast. My explore page on Instagram is full of half naked men, like 100%. It really is. And so I think going forward now, because of like having a chat about this right now, I'm going to be a bit more aware of like what I'm liking and of like what I'm drawn to, and yeah, showing love to everyone. Love to
So
everyone.
with that
Mwah.
being said, who are you following? Let's open up the Instagram and let's show. I have some saved photos on, on Instagram, there's that feature where you can save or pin
Yes.
posts.
Yes.
One of them has popped up right now, which is Aldo Pedra ZAA. Pedraza.
Pedraza?
So that's one of them. Just buff Hispanic.
Yes.
Watch again. Just buff and Hispanic, but also it's the transitional period from the bulking to the shredding because I'm actually really getting in on my fitness.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
one thing this year, and I almost posted this earlier. Like, there's no bigger flex than being Hispanic and eating right because, baby, it is just on points.
there is one influencer that I thirst over so much. Oh my gosh, what's his name?
Who is it? There's so many
Oh, I found
influencers
it.
that I
So,
thirst over.
okay, so this influencer, like, I thirst over him. Like,
Give us the
thirst.
handle. What's the handle? Give us the handle.
Okay, so the handle is Andres Juan Milan.
Oh,
I
follow
like
that person?
thirst over this guy. It's so bad. Like, every time his photo comes up, I'm just like, ugh.
Show us the photos. I gotta see
Okay.
this.
All right, let me find one. I don't know.
Find an appropriate one so that I don't have to rate this video as explicit.
I feel like this is an appropriate one. Like, this is cute.
That is very cute. He's very attractive.
And I think that's, again,
He's very
like,
ambiguous.
That's just what I'm drawn to. Like, a handsome face, like a nice body. Like, that's yeah. Thirsting over him.
So Alberto Baracol is also somebody that I follow. But like, I mean, a lot of people thirst over him. He has a nice body. He's a dancer, and he has great eyebrows. And this is him.
Oh, the tongue. The tongue.
That was just bad timing. It started off really, really. It started off very nice. I'm actually gonna stop holding these next to my face so that I.
Do you want to know who I really thirst over?
Who do you thirst over? Tell me. Yourself. Yes.
Myself, bitch.
I thirst over Harry Potter.
Out of, like, there was a point in time where I was thirsting over Ronald Weasley.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, I think it was the fourth movie. It was the fourth movie where Rupert Grint, this is also a funny thing. It was the fourth movie where Rupert Grint, like, got really buff, and for some
In the Goblet of Fire?
Yes, he, like, got
Where they had
really
those
buff,
terrible hairdos?
but he got really buff out of nowhere, and I was just like, okay, buff, ginger, red-haired guy, like, hello. But
You know what?
what?
My dad is a redhead.
Daddy.
My dad is a redhead, so
Daddy. Russ, I'm coming to LA.
I mean, you can come to LA all you want. You go see my daddy before I do. No, I'm just kidding.
Link to the Daddy Issues podcast.
Circling back to that. I do want to say, what are some positive takeaways from social media that you've learned and all these different influencers, and whether they be Eurocentric looking or they have minority background? What are some of your takeaways, and what are some like positive, attributes that you've taken from social media?
I think, like, sorry, I just wanted to search because I just wanted to make sure it's correct. But I think Australia was planning to actually, like, pass a law that bans social media from a certain age.
Okay.
Yeah, bans social media. I think, like, social media is difficult, right? Because like, you can get lost in the doom scroll, and you can begin to reflect on yourself and begin to think that you're less than, and begin to think that you'll never look like that, or begin to think that you're not attractive. Like, social media can really do that to a person.
Yes.
And so I think what's really important when it comes to social media and when it comes to looking at thirst traps is to have the confidence in yourself. And that's like one thing about myself that I've always strived to do, which is to be 100% genuinely myself, and that love for myself and to be a genuine person. That sounds really shady, like shallow. But that love for myself and like to push myself to always constantly be genuinely myself exudes, I believe, as confidence. And so I know that like social media is hard, but I think you have to go into social media with confidence. And so that's probably like a positive takeaway for me, which is like to just always remind myself of who I am and like to love myself, if that makes sense. Because
Yes.
like it is tough to be on
Preach.
social media sometimes when you know your Instagram feed is full of half naked men. Like it is tough sometimes.
It can be very tough. I will say my journey this year has I've grown significantly when it comes to social media because I wanted, and this goes back to that Eurocentric look. Wow, I look really tired right now, but y'all, I'm running on like a couple hours of sleep, so just bear with me here because we're being very vulnerable considering Paul and I are on minimal sleep.
Literally, our
Um,
eyes are just like.
for real. No, look, my skin is hella dry too because I slept with the heater on. Um, but in my own, some of my positive takeaways of my own is that as I started
Mm,
following more people or more Mexicans
mhm,
specifically because I am in Southern California,
mm.
I've noticed my body is so similar to theirs because it's our
Okay.
genetics. So I'm like, oh, this is a realistic look for me to achieve, but also I've also changed my workout
Yeah.
in falling in love with the process of working out, falling in love with the cooking aspect of it, and trying
Mm,
to find and create meals that have less sodium, that have less sugar.
yeah.
So my A1C will stay down, my cholesterol will stay down. And I've had fun exploring different recipes in the kitchen. And I've noticed my body has started transitioning faster than ever before
Mm.
because this is now a realistic idolization that I can look after
Yeah.
opposed to, and mind you, half of these fools are on steroids, so you have to recognize that as well.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
got to know who is on steroids, and I also appreciate there's this guy named Eduardo on Instagram who has a beautiful body, and he was natural for a lot of years and recently got into steroids because he wanted to get bigger, but he's been upfront and honest about it since he started, which I can appreciate as well because I feel like everybody lying about who they are as a person has also become a trend in social media of
Mm,
let me cover up the bad parts or what people might think are bad and show only and highlight my good parts. But a lot of these bodybuilders are on steroids, and anybody who competes in a physique competition will tell you they do a round and then they get clean for X amount of months so that when they go to do the urine test, it comes out negative because
mm,
you have to
mm.
be clean of any artificial enhancing supplements for a while. But also, there's no shame in taking certain, or well, there's no shame in taking any type of supplements because you have to own what it's going to do to your body in
Mm.
the longevity of time, anyways. But I didn't know this, but if you take a testosterone booster, which is dehydrated, ground down green vegetables, a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
times,
Yeah.
that's also considered a performance enhancing uh, supplement. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's green vegetables, but I've taken that, at one point, because I'm like, I'm not getting enough greens, but
Yeah.
also that powder substance which is just greens, that's also considered a performance enhancing supplement because it's not natural food. So
Yeah.
we're starting to understand as a fitness community now that anything that you put in your body that's not naturally coming from a food source is considered
Mm.
artificial, and so people are just owning it at this point, like, so
Yeah.
just own who you are. That's really what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. And I think that like a lot of this podcast, because the podcast is about thirst traps and all of that kind of stuff. Like we have been talking about thirst traps in a way that thirst traps are people with muscles and with six packs and all of that. But I guess I just want to draw my attention, like draw everyone's attention to that one like meme, which is the guy walking, you know, the meme of the guy walking and he's with his
This one?
girlfriend, like looking around. But like the gay community turned that into a meme of like the girlfriend being the guy with the chiseled abs, but he's looking at the guy with like the thick guy, the thick,
Yes.
like, do you know what I mean? And so I
Yes.
think like one thing we want to clear up is that like everyone has their own like taste in thirst traps. Like we've been
Yes.
talking for 50 minutes about muscled, chiseled guys, but at the end of the day, there are sexy, thick boys and like.
But can we dial this back for a second and
Yeah.
talk about how everyone wants a six pack, but they want a thick. Every gay
Wants
yes,
the
every gay.
six
I'm gonna
pack.
say every gay. Every
Yeah,
gay
because
wants
me
a six pack,
included.
chiseled chest, big arms, and a fat ass, but they want the guy who's thick, who loves a buffet and loves to eat. That's
Yes.
what being gay is. It's wanting
what
a
being
thick
gay
boy
is.
and wanting to be the fitter one in the relationship.
At the end of the day, love yourself.
For real though, love yourself, but also have a realistic approach of who you are. Like, don't get fit because you want to look like the person on Instagram.
Yes.
Get fit because you want to fall in love with the journey, or you want to see where your body can go, and you want to push your limits to see where your body can go.
Yeah.
And mind you,
Yeah.
that's only where your body can go. You don't have someone else's genetics.
It
You
really
have
is a
your own.
journey. It
So
really
it's
is
really
a
just
journey.
challenging your body to see what your body does and how it reacts. Right? So like, I'll probably never have humongous arms. Because that's just not part of my genetics, but I'm always gonna have thick legs. Okay.
Thick
So
ass.
okay, so these pants are gonna look right on stage. Moving on.
Yeah.
We have flown through this episode. It's 52 minutes in, and I have a viewer story.
Yes, I love the viewer stories. Thank you, viewers, for viewing.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for everybody who participates when we ask questions, or we ask you to reach out and tell us your stories, because this one,
oh my gosh,
let me pull it up really quick. This one said I'm allowed to use his name. I'm not allowed to give out his Instagram, and I'm not allowed to use his last name, but I am allowed to use his first name.
Call them out. Call them out.
For real, let me just drop the person's last name really quick. Hold on.
No, just give the first name. Give the first name.
Let me really be a shady gay and give all the information. First, last, middle, and address. And place of
Social
employment.
Security. Yeah.
This one is called, so this one I'm gonna call When Thirst Trapping Goes Wrong. So this is from one of my followers. His name is Michael. That's all the information you will get. So Michael said, this all started so innocently. A steamy thirst trap I posted after a long gym session. I was feeling real confident when I posted this, mind you. A message soon did slide into my DMs. Wow, I'm really loud right now. Looking good. You free tonight? It was from a guy that I had been chatting with on and off for a little while, but we've never met in person. Yo, that's typical in the gay community, right?
Yeah, true.
Feeling bold, I agreed to meet up with this guy at his place. The night went smoothly, flirty drinks, lots of compliments. I was feeling good. Things quickly heated up. But here's where the hookup took a hard left turn. As I was getting dressed to leave, I spotted a framed photo on this guy's nightstand. And there it was, a guy in the photo with the guy that I hooked up with, standing next to each other, arms wrapped around each other. I immediately panic, and I ask him without a thought, who is this? And the guy was like, oh, that's my boyfriend. He's out of town right now. I nearly dropped my phone because this man is a guy that I work with. So to make matters worse, I recently had a conversation with him about relationships, and he was telling me and gushing over how perfect his relationship was, and it took him so long to find it. Needless to say, I bolted out of this store as soon as I could because I was not trying to get caught if my coworker came back. I
Wow.
seen my coworker at work and I just try to play it cool because I was battling with myself as should I tell about what I did or is it none of my business because I don't exactly know the intricacies of their relationship. So needless to
Mm.
say, I stayed quiet. I have been invited to certain outings where both of them have attended, and me and the guy have never mentioned it to each other, nor the boyfriend and my coworker that we have hooked up. But all seems well in paradise, and I'm not trying to rock the boat because I was just a one night stand with this man, anyways. Look,
Oh my gosh.
Michael,
Michael, like, did you not did the profile oh wait, it was a DM slide.
it was a
Did
DM
did
slide.
did the Instagram profile not have like couple photos? Yeah, I don't know. There's so many questions. Like you verify this stuff, but yeah,
To
that
be
is
fair,
you don't
I
have to
post
sometimes though.
I post a
Sometimes you
lot
don't have to.
more than Shane does.
You do.
And so there's a significant amount of photos of me, and there are, interwoven photos of him throughout my profile, but there is a lot of me because I'm gone away a lot for work. So I'm like,
But
I'm
I
gonna take
think
this beautiful photo by myself because no one's here with me.
Yeah, but people can look at your profile and they know that you've got a boyfriend. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Wow.
and this is my
Thanks for
friend,
the story. Oh,
the tripod. So, and it
I,
has the
I met the
remote.
tripod. I've met the tripod before. When
Paul has met the tripod. And this is how I get my photos because my boyfriend is not with me on my work trips. So I'm like, let me get this beautiful, which is why I post a lot. So feel free to reach out to me if you're going anywhere, and I probably have some insight on where you're going and some restaurants that you should hit up.
Yes.
But what do we think about this story?
I okay, at first I was a bit confused as to, he sees a photo of the boyfriend and, wants to run instantly. Like at the end of the day, you're just a hookup. If the person has you in their house with photos of the boyfriend on display, they're obviously in an open relationship. And
Okay.
so at first I was kind of like, why are you freaking out? Like this is just part of hooking up in the gay community. The second you said that the guy is his co-worker, that's when I was like gagged. You had me then. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I would probably freak out as well. Like, and in your mind, you would be like, do I say that you know the person? Do I say like I work with them? Do I like what do I say? So you have like a split second to be like, do I run or do I stay? Like,
So here's my take on this.
yeah.
I had a couple, I had a personal experience, not similar. Let me just break this down. So like you said, they're obviously in an open relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not always the truth because I was in a relationship with someone who made it seem like what I was definitely not being hidden
Mm,
in his life, but he made it seem to other people when I was gone on work
mm,
trips that we were in an open relationship. And so he was getting what he wanted. Everyone thought that I was, you know, cool with this.
yeah.
I didn't know about this. And then when I found
Wow.
out, all hell broke loose.
Yes, because it's you.
Um, yes, needless to say, that relationship ended. Also, Ronnie Jr. just logged in. He says, stopping in to say hello. Keep up the great work, guys. Cheers to a really cool podcast.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ronnie. Also, what really gagged me was
Oh my
that
gosh.
Michael attended events with this couple, was
See,
invited to attend these events. So did they both look at each other as in
yeah,
like there's
exactly.
this mutual agreement of silence, or was this guy genuinely stunned that he showed up? Because he never mentioned in the story that he let him know that that was his coworker.
Yeah, but then in my mind, like because he's still going to events with this couple, in my mind is the guy that he hooked up with, like giving him a little feel on his thigh under the table, or like you know,
think
like
about
when
that.
they're alone, like pushing him against the wall and being like, I miss you, I love you. He doesn't love him.
Oh
But
no. Okay, you're
you
giving
know what
like
I mean?
Netflix movie or like series. Netflix series is what you're giving. But
Because I'm
yes,
a
I know
Pisces and
exactly what
I'm
you're talking about.
crazy.
Like,
Yes.
are there little nuanced flirtations
Nuances.
happening in front of the boyfriend's
Yes.
face, but the boyfriend doesn't realize what's
Doesn't
going on?
realize. Or the
Oh,
boyfriend knows and the boyfriend set it up. Because what if they're in an open relationship and they're at a stage where they're like, hey, baby, like just letting you know I'm about to hook up with this guy. So what if he
oh,
showed
like what if the
what,
coworker knows and didn't say
like,
anything?
and the co-worker's just like, oh my God, that's my co-worker. I've always wanted to hook up with him. Like, you go for it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I should be a Netflix movie writer.
Oh no, I'm so gagged by this. Oh
Oh
my
no,
gosh.
Michael, confirm, please.
Michael, give us the details and give us the details. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to like be like message him on his Instagram and like everybody asking questions, but I ain't gonna do like
It's
that because he
literally
said he doesn't want his last name given. He doesn't want his Instagram name given.
oh
Um, but
no.
oh no.
Oh no.
Speaking of Arnar, what is our Arnar moment of the week?
Oh, I've had two oh no moments this week. So the first oh no moment that I had was so I dance at a dance studio. Just quick shout out to Asad. You've met Asad.
Hi,
Asad's
Assad.
jumped in now. He's just jumped in just for the oh no moment. Hi, Asad. Oh no. So I've had two oh no moments this week. So the first oh no moment I had was when I danced with a dance studio, Pure Funk dance studio here in
Mhm,
Adelaide.
mhm,
And I do a heels class with the amazing teacher Liana. Um, and so we had a dance concert and we had to all come together as like a dance group to do
mhm.
the last number. And the last number was to like one of my favorite songs ever, which is from the Black Eyed Peas, Hey Mama.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I like that song.
yeah. So there's me learning the dance routine going off. And I look at this girl and I go, do you know this song? And she's like, nah, I don't. And I was like, how old are you? And she goes, I'm 23. And I'm like, well, that explains it. And I'm like, this is the Black Eyed Peas. Like,
Oh
this is Hey
no.
Mama. Like, this like literally had a cultural moment in history. Like twerking has been around forever, but this was like another influence on twerking. Like, and I like tried to explain that to her. And I looked at my best friend and I was like, bitch, we're fucking old. Oh my gosh, I just swore really
Oh my gosh,
bad.
we are on LinkedIn, Paul.
But I
Ma'am,
literally
this
just
is the Wendy's.
I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry for swearing. I'm sorry for the inappropriate language. But yeah, I literally just looked at my friend and I was like, oh no, like we're old. Like we're in our 30s and we're old. The Black Eyed
I've
Peas is old.
I've had that happen.
Yeah,
But
that was
it wasn't with an 2000s artist. This was with a recent artist who actually is still topping okay, let me just tell you. I was in
yeah,
West Hollywood. Shane's friends came into town. They had never been to West Hollywood, so they wanted to go. So we
yeah.
said, "Cool, we'll meet you there. We'll take you to Mickey's." The DJ is
Love
playing
Mickey's.
exceptional music.
Yeah,
Exceptional. I'm not gonna say it was amazing. It was doable.
it was
Then
doable.
we're like the only ones who were dancing, and the DJ's kind of catering to us. So we're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, put on Freakum Dress," and he was like, "Who was that by?"
What?
Yeah, we're like Beyonce, and he's like, "Oh, is that off the new Renaissance album?" We're like, "No, this is original Beyonce." And I turned to him, I was like, "You are not allowed to DJ here because you don't
Yeah,
know
get
what
off.
like that's a bop."
Oh my gosh.
When Freakum Dress
Oh,
comes on, that is a classic. When Freakum
Freakum
Dress
Dress.
comes on, everybody's on the dance floor.
Yeah. Now pass me my dress.
Yes. Okay. Let me fix my
Oh,
hair. Hold up.
all
Bring the
right.
beat back.
Quick shout out to my besties that have just joined, the average Loki and Hugo Perpetuo, like my besties. Hello. Um,
Hi.
okay, so the final oh no, because I know we're running out of time, but the final oh no moment of the week was so again, like I said, I've been dancing with a drag queen. Shout out to Donatella Valentino. Um, and so we performed for a private birthday party. It was just the two of us. And, you know, Donatella was asked if she could do like a vampire-esque themed performance, but
Okay.
we were asked last minute, so like we couldn't put together some kind of vampire-esque themed performance last minute. So we said, okay, let's just do a number that we've done in the past. We did Beyonce Renaissance. And we rock up to the party, and the music that is playing in this party is like screamo music, like emo music, heavy metal. And I looked at Donatella and I was like, I don't think we can perform Beyonce here. So we're performing Beyonce in front of like a group of 14 people because it's a private birthday party. And no one's cheering, but you know, there's me like still hitting it hard, like she's a god, she's a hero. Like,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Oh no, literally, oh no. But that's what you
Oh,
do that's what you do as a performer. Like you still give the show.
you push
You
through
still
as a
give the show.
performer. I have been there. I have been there. And let me tell you, it is it's crickets. Mine are our moment of the week.
Wait, sorry, let me just quickly say so.
Oh, tell me.
Because I look back at our videos and I listen back to our podcast, and you always say my no moment of the week.
I did? Do I? Oh
Every
my gosh,
time.
that's so embarrassing.
I love it. I love it.
I say my no our moment. Sorry, everybody. Our no.
Okay, what was your no moment of the week?
Also, my gallon is like so excessive.
That's
It has a straw
lot.
though, so
That's so extra. Is that a Yeti?
I stay hydrated so I'm not thirsty.
Is that a Yeti?
No, it's some Amazon brand. It's cute though.
It's cute. Yeah, it's cute.
My no moment of the week was I thought I was looking real cute in my winter outfit. And I had my little, Chelsea boots on. And I'm just like strutting away. A staircase comes. I'm strutting. Boom! I trip. I fell on my ass. And like, it wasn't like boom, boom. It was like I was continuously falling. So I was trying to catch myself. It was like, and it was so bad. Oh, I also have two oh no moments. That was at work. This other one was getting ready for work.
Okay.
I had not worked for like 5 weeks. And I have been, like I told you, my body has been transitioning faster than ever with these new workout plans.
Yes.
I go to put on my work clothes and they were too tight. I had to squeeze into them. And I just went up in a size this year. I was like, thick is good.
Yeah,
right?
but this has been an oh no moment for you. This is the third time. I keep receipts, Russ, and this is the third time that this is an oh no moment for you.
Shut up.
Yes, it is.
My God. Wait, with my work clothes or just in general my clothes?
Halloween costume. When you found a pair of pants that you were like, oh my God, I love these pants.
The one size fits all and it didn't fit me.
Yes, and now this has been an oh no moment 3 times already, Russ.
3 times.
This is episode 9. That's a 30% hit rate.
But let me just show you my pecs right now.
Yes, pecs in Paris. Paris pecs.
I mean, like, let me move the microphone. But like, they're there, right? So like, my body's like, things are happening, right? But the or no about it is I have to buy new work clothes. I'm tired of spending money. I'm a millennial in debt, and the percent interest rate on everybody's credit card, no matter how good your credit is 22.5% on average. And so, or no, I gotta buy more clothes, which is like several $1,000s later.
Oh no!
So that's really the oh no moment. Is that
it is an oh no moment.
I don't fit in my clothes, but I also have to buy more clothes, and it comes out of my account, which means I have to work more, which means I'm gonna be exhausted more.
You know what? Like, we should just get 100,000 followers on this podcast so that we could pay for your work clothes through this podcast.
Oh, I would love that. And this is the perfect time to go into that segment. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is Good Day Gay with your hosts, Russell Ray and Polly B. You can find us on the internet at Russell X Raymond and at Mr_Biohan. Like, subscribe, share. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Spotify. But most importantly, you can find us in your hearts because you love us so much.
Yes. And you know what? We continue to give it to you every week. We go overtime now for you because we
Yes.
love you. We love you.
We do love you. And I honestly shout out to Australia. Y'all are coming in with the numbers. These analytics, no sooner does this episode drop, it's like boom, boom, boom. All the downloads are coming on, is it our Sunday, our Monday in the States. Those numbers are coming in. And then like the Americans are like coming in Thursday, Friday. Like they're catching up like right before the next episode comes out.
Look, what can I say? I don't know how to post a thirst trap, but I do know how to promote this podcast to my followers because I'm so popular.
No, like shout out to them because they really
Shout out.
are. They showing
Yes.
up in numbers.
Honestly, they
honey.
do. Thank you so much. Next
But once
week.
we do reach 100,000 followers, Paul and I we're gonna mention this every podcast. We'll be moving to New York.
New York, baby.
We're making the move, and the plan is to have that happen by the age of 35. I will be
Yes.
33 in 2 months, so we have 2 years to make this happen. It's realistic. It's a realistic goal. We are doing the marketing behind it.
Yes. We
So
got
help
this.
us out. Don't be
Help
so
us.
Don't be so zealous, okay? Help us.
Follow us. Follow us.
Follow us, share us. Share us.
Tune in.
Next week is going to be our season wrap episode 10.
Woo!
We are going to be talking about our goals for next year, our manifestations. I was trying to get us a special guest, but we're gonna have to push them off to the beginning of next year.
Season 2 opener.
Season 2 opener. So season 2 is going to be filled with guests. So if you're interested in being a guest on next season, we will be out on hiatus and holiday for about 3 weeks to a month ish.
Yes.
About a month we'll be out, getting things under control and getting all of our goals in alignment for the new year. So if you would like to be interested or interested in being interviewed on Good Day Gay, please reach out to Paul or myself via DMs and follow our Instagram at Good Day Gay Pod on Instagram.
And like anyone can be a guest, you know what I mean? Like I've got some friends here that, you know, one friend, she's in the L of the LGBTQ, and like it would be great to have like, you know, a perspective from that community. I've got, you know, a lot of, you know, hetero friends. It would be great to have the perspective from that community. So everyone is welcome on G'day Gay.
And we want to hear your kinks. So if you have any, please get to us because I'm going to try to have my friend on who is a heterosexual male who is very gay friendly.
Oh, I'm so down for that.
Metro and does things that a normal straight man would not do.
Down for that.
So please tune in next week. We hope if you didn't watch us live today or listen to us live today that you are listening to us on your commute to work. As we know the Aussies do. Shout out to everybody who has been just consistent with us every week. We do appreciate you. We look forward to your comments, questions, and concerns. Let us know what you guys are planning on manifesting or setting goals for yourself next year so that we can share those. You can also share with us. We love a good horror story. So you can also share with us a goal that you try to meet and it just hella fell south. Because it's happened to all of us. And so then, peace, love, good day, gays, good day, good gay millennials and girls. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.